All right, welcome. Thank you guys so much for joining us. I have my friend Rebecca on here, and I started this little series interviewing our Le-Vel brand promoters, the promoters on our team, because you guys get to hear a lot about my experience and why I do this business. You get to hear a lot about our products, about the mini Thrive experience samples that we're always getting out into people's hands and what Thrive can do for you. But I really wanted people in our networks and in our audiences to understand why people join this business, not just me, because a lot of people get to hear from me all the time. I wanted people to hear from the inside of our team, like, why are people joining this movement? Why do people want to add an extra income to the family budget? Why are they building this for their forever home? Why do people do this? Because there's lots of people I know out there kind of sitting on the sidelines and watching us, right? And they love the idea of the Thrive experience, or maybe they've tried a trial, or maybe they're a customer, or maybe they've never even tried Thrive before, but they're like, man, if that product worked for me, I would really like to add some additional money to the family budget. I see they always get their cars paid for. I'd like to get my car paid for. They go on all these trips. I'd like to go on vacations and have someone else pay for it. But they look at me sometimes and say, well, I don't know, she's been doing that for a while. She's really good at what she does. They forget that I started at the same spot as everybody else. And so I wanted them to get a picture of the inside of our team, who else makes up this team, because it's not just me. It's made up of a lot of incredible people with all kinds of different backgrounds. And so that's why I started on this journey of kind of interviewing our team, getting these out there, and letting people know who makes up Team Hustle, like who's behind this curtain. So we're going to pull that curtain open and let them see. So Rebecca, will you just start by introducing yourself? Tell everybody who you are, where you're from, and what's your background outside of this?
Yeah, excellent. Thank you. So yeah, my name is Rebecca. I'm from Ortonville, Michigan, grew up in Clarkson, born and raised, been married here my whole life. And my little bit of my back history is I work in the medical field. So I've worked in dialysis for almost 15 years and worked in foster care for the last 4 years. So I worked 80 hours away from home, taking care of my family, missed out on a lot. And it was just the way it had to be. I was a single mom for a lot of my children's growing up ages, and I made it work. And then I moved on, and I still worked. I love to work. I love to take care of people. I love to help people. I wanted people to feel good. And so I wanted to be there for them. I started Thrive, obviously, like everybody does, because everybody wants something better for themselves. I ate healthy, I exercised, I thought I was doing great, doing all the things I need to do, but my health was declining. Probably because I was working too much, not getting any sleep, but my body was missing out on these things. And it didn't matter what I did. It didn't matter what I ate, what I drank, what I took, how much exercise. I just wasn't feeling good. So I jumped on the board. I had tried Thrive actually 4 or 5, 6 years ago when it was 2 steps. So I don't even remember what it did for me. I don't think I tried. I don't think I took it properly. So this time I said, I'm going to take it. I've been watching my friend Jessica. I'm going to follow her directions. I need this. I prayed on it. I took it. Day one, I felt it. Like my health was declining. I physically had to step away from both jobs. And that was heartbreaking for me. I love foster care. I love taking care of people in dialysis. Without that, they don't live. But I had to step away. I couldn't take care of myself. I just didn't feel myself mentally and physically. So then I took the 3 steps. Day 1 felt it. Day 2 felt even better. Started that clarity, just feeling, I tell people this, it seems weird, but when you feel sick and you start to feel your body declining, you feel like like a heavy weight on your shoulders and sort of like, I say fluffy. And I felt that, and I didn't know what to do. I spent days crying. I didn't know where I was going. Anyway, day 3, day 5, day 6 just kept getting better. Then I went into the 10-day detox and felt like a new person after 14 days. And I said, I got to have some of that. I kept on watching the team, and I just was pumped to get into it and go from there, check it out and see. So that's where I basically started.
Okay. So I'd like to tell people too, I'm like, people will ask all the time, do I have to bug my friends and family? Do I have to have a huge network? How do you meet the people that that join your team? And so Rebecca's actually one that is personally enrolled to me, and we went to the same high school. But we graduated 2 different years, right? You graduated in 94. You graduated in 96. I graduated in 95. I get that backwards. I feel like you graduated the year before me.
Yeah.
So I didn't really know you though. I mean, we ended up friends on Facebook somehow, but I don't really remember us knowing each other from high school. Right?
I don't remember you from high school. I remember your name, but didn't remember you at all. But we have a lot of mutual friends. And so I was like, that's why we must have connected. And go to the same school, but it's been years. We're older.
Yes, much older, though it seems like yesterday.
Look, I'm not going to say how old we are, but I don't remember everybody. I mean, I even connected with somebody the other day and she's like, yeah, we went to school together. I'm like, what was your last name? So yeah, we just connected, I think, through mutual friends, and I started following you. I actually had been following you, and it's sort of wacky because I feel like I was stalking you. I've been following you for like 8 months, and when I actually committed to starting the Thrive experience again, I prayed on it that night before, and I said to God, like, I'm not feeling well. I need to come up with a solution, and I don't know what it is, but please throw it in my hands, put it in front of my face, knock me out, whatever it was. And that next morning I opened Facebook, which I don't usually do in the morning because I'm so busy. And there was your face. And I always connected with your like vibe and energy. And I was like, I have to hook up with her. And so, yeah, then we just started talking. It was weird because we had all the same friends. We went to the same school. We're from the same area. So it's like we weren't too far from each other.
And I love that we get to tell that story right now, because I think we're so caught up sometimes in telling the story of the Thrive experience and what it does for us. And while all of those things are amazing, a lot of people sitting on the sidelines wondering, can I do this? I don't really know that many people. Will people actually join me? All of those things. I want people to hear these parts of the stories. Like, anybody can do this. Absolutely anybody can do what we do. And you have no idea who's watching you, who's following you, who you're going to be a significant, I don't know, blip on their radar to change the trajectory of their life. And that's kind of how it happened for me. Like, I just had a friend on Facebook that I had been watching for a while. And when she started posting about the Thrive experience, I was really intrigued business-wise what she was doing. And I followed her. Because I was in a competitive business, I even literally like unfollowed her, didn't block her, like didn't get crazy, but unfollowed her so I didn't have to watch what she was doing, because I was on my own journey and I was trying to put the blinders on. But I followed her and I kept unblocking her to go see if she was still doing all of the things. Like, was she still earning that auto bonus? Was she still going on those trips? And I watched her for a good 8 or 9 months before I finally decided to jump on board in this. And so I love to tell that story, because when people say, do I need to have a huge network? Do I need to bug my friends and family? Well, it's the Thrive experience. Once you experience it, you want to share it with all of them, because why would you keep something like that a secret? Like, you want everybody to feel amazing. So yes and no, like, you don't have to. You're going to have people that, if you're just sharing consistently across platforms, that are going to be watching you, just like it happened for me joining, and just like it happened for Rebecca joining. So enough of that. Let's move through to why the business. Like, okay, so your health was declining and you obviously are working too many hours. I'm kind of putting 2 and 2 together here for the audience, but like, why did you decide, all right, I actually do want to do this as a business? And well, let's stick with that question. And then I've got a couple more.
Yeah, I mean, very similar to you. I came from another company and I walked away. It just was, I did really well at the beginning, and then it sort of like just started like disappearing day after day. It was hard to connect with people. It wasn't a product that people needed and needed consistently. They needed it once and then they didn't need it anymore, or they decided they didn't want it. It wasn't an expense that that they needed to pay for. So yeah, I jumped in because if it helped me and I can help other people feel as amazing as I do. And this is the thing, I love both my jobs, but I no longer work at one of them. I refuse to put all of my effort and my time into a business that I don't feel appreciated, that I'm losing time with my family. I want to work from home. My husband wants me to be home. My daughter's the only one out of 3 children that are still in the house. That's not for very long. She just got back from a year missionary trip. I want to spend as much time with them as possible. And I don't want to, I hate to say, but I don't want to slave myself all day long. I love this opportunity because, like you said, you don't have to have a big crew of friends. I connect with people in Idaho. I have a lady that sends me, I connect with her every other day just to see how she's doing. And she says, this is why I signed up underneath you. This is why I'm a customer of yours. This is why I wanted you to help me, because of the connection. I don't know her. She's from Idaho. We don't even have any similar friends. And so I said, this business, they care. There's community that's important, and community that's not picking and being selfish towards each other and jealous. Like, we help each other. I mean, we're going to talk about it, but Thrive Palooza, hello, I met so many people from all over in different teams, and they treated me like I was one of their own. I danced all night with them. We hugged. I didn't know them. They just came up and hugged me because I'm a Thriver and they like my energy. I don't know. And so, yeah, I just love the opportunity that the company has. I love that I can provide for my family from home, and the company has so many perks. I don't know if you want to go into that, but I mean, there's so many perks. And this is the thing. If you are consistent, in which, because I was ill when I first started, I couldn't be as consistent as I have been. People are picking up on it. They're finding me. I don't know who they are. I don't know who their friends are, but they're coming to me. And so I'm super excited, like, to see where I can go. This weekend was amazing, watching people go up on stage. I mean, the company just appreciates us so much. And I love that. I love all the opportunities. I love all the bonuses. I love that I'm going to be able to work from home.
Yes. I mean, and I was that person a number of years ago. You met my friend Nicole probably this weekend. She's loud and crazy and fun. But we were friends way before any of this. And she tried to recruit me into a network marketing company so many years ago. And I was that girl that ran from her friends and was like, no, that's a pyramid scheme. I don't want to do that. And then fast forward a bunch of years and realized, after I had Luke, my son, and I then became a single mom, I wanted to be home with him. But when you're a single mom, like, there's not a whole lot of opportunity for you to just be, there is in this day and age, but there wasn't at that time a whole lot of opportunity to just be a working stay-at-home mom. And I wanted all of that. I wanted all of it. And so network marketing became the best option out there on the table. And I had no idea what I was getting myself into. Like, I had no idea that it could be as amazing as it is. The amount of personal development that you get in this business, the amount of friendships, the amount of, like, community, like you said, it's unmatched. There's nothing else in this world that you can do that gives you what network marketing gives you. And it's about attaching with, for you personally, it's about attaching to the right company with the right products, with the right compensation plan. Right. And I think there's so many out there that are absolutely amazing. And but it's whatever you're going to work. Right. So everybody has different things that they want out of it. And we just found what I believe is the best company on the planet. Because I have a Thrive experience, and the bonuses, like you said, in just your first 2 weeks alone, you have the opportunity of earning between $660 and $1,320. And that is like return on investment 101. Like, if you want to start a business that you can get your return on investment within 14 days, that's unheard of. That's unheard of in any business adventure. Trust me, I've owned a few. So being able to do that, and then there's some other bonuses on the table that right now, that is a great time to start with us, because there's additional incentive, and they do these things for us pretty frequently. Second rank of the company, we get our cars paid for, and I'm not like $300 to $1,600 a month. That's not chump change. So I know it's an amazing opportunity, and it's why I have stayed with this company for almost 7 years now, and intend on building my residual family's financial future with this company. I know that there's after Thrive-A-Palooza this last weekend, hearing our CEO Jason Camper on stage, I mean, out of his own mouth was, I'm going to keep building this. You'd have to kill me before I will stop. Right. So it was like listening to some of the reasons why they've done things a certain way over the last, we're almost a 10-year-old company now, why they've done certain things the way they've done them is to build this company, super strong, super big foundation right here in the United States. We have such a huge customer base just here in the US that it will stabilize and keep the company stabilized no matter the turbulence or what we go through when we start growing into all these other countries. That was super important for me to hear. And I loved that he talked about, us being a 10-year-old company, and now we have 90, I think he said almost 99% of our manufacturing of our products, we run it. Like, we don't outsource any of that stuff. That's almost unheard of in this industry especially for a company our size. So anyways, getting a little bit off track, just wanted to give some more background to the company and why I'm still sticking with it after all these years. But Rebecca, what's your like vision for the next year? I asked this question on our Monday morning Zoom the other day, and I wanted people to really think about that. But what is your vision for the next year, and why are you building with Le-Vel long term? Like, what's your overall big goal?
I mean, first of all, you said it. Like, he announced that there is so much to come that no matter what happens, we're not going anywhere. People will drop off. That will be on them. The company is going to be there. They're going to have the products. We're going to be ready and we're going to run with it. I mean, coming off of Palooza, I really sat down and I regrouped my vision. I said, okay, I just want to make enough. I'm going to make this much to pay my bills monthly. And I don't want us to have any time where we have to say, no, we can't do something. But I mean, I came off Palooza and this is my future. Like, I am going to build it. My goal is to have both of our cars paid for by September.
Great goal.
That's just one goal. I am redoing my kitchen. I want to pay cash for it. It's $20,000. We already have the quote. So that's my number 2 goal. My third goal, and it actually is reversed, but I want to work from home. I want to run with this company. I want to be one of those people that says, hey, I started here and this is where I'm at today. I see the potential. I love the community. I wouldn't go anywhere without it. I don't care how many times people don't want to hear it. I'm going to talk about it. And they're either going to jump on board or they're going to watch, and then they're going to jump on board. You're only missing out if you say no. And this is the thing people don't understand, but I tell people all the time, your health is not waiting for you. You have to make the decision and you have to do it now. It's not going to get any better. You're not just miraculously going to feel better. And so, yeah, I mean, my 1-year goal, I took a picture of myself, but I want to be making $60K. I want to be able to replace my income and replace my husband's and go from there. That's not where I see myself in 5 years. I took a picture, and some people would say that's premature, but I stood in front of the millionaire sign and took my picture at Palooza. That is where I am going to be. I am going to be on that stage one way or another. And I want to be with everybody else. And this is the thing. I have to say this because I don't want people to think, oh, she just wants to make the money. I want to help people. I want people to feel better. I want people to stop worrying about all these diets and all these, I'm exercising till I'm blue in the face. And that's all great and fine and dandy. I took personal training, so I have the history. I know the background. I could be your personal trainer. But those things are not going to fulfill every need in your body. Our foods are not prepared for us properly. So, I mean, I see myself millionaire in 5 years. I see myself, like I said, I have 3 goals, and my minimal that I want to make every month is 10. I need 6 just to replace one income. Remember, I work 2 jobs, so I need a lot of money.
Right.
I love the company. There's not one thing. And the community is so important for people to understand. You have so much support, whether you know it or not. We have all the right tools. You just have to follow it and be yourself and show up every day. And so, yeah, so far that's where I'm at.
You have got that right. And the last thing that I'll say, and then we will hop off here. You know, when you said, I don't want people to think that I just want to make the money. I'm here to help people. You are so right. And when it comes to network marketing, unfortunately, there's this weird negative connotation out there that gets attached to us that we're only about making money. And it's, you know, this pyramid scheme and all of that stuff that comes along with it. And I laugh inside because I'm thinking it's just misinformation and like an inappropriate education. So let's just
detail.
Yeah, let's think about it like this. I go to school to be, I can use this because it's an easy example. I go to school to be a chiropractor, right? I open up a chiropractic practice. I'm using this because my dad's a chiropractor. I open up a chiropractic practice in my town and I start advertising and telling my friends that I want them to come and get adjusted and be a patient. Okay. I want them to feel better, but I also did this and went down this career path because I need to make money and want to make money. Otherwise, I could have just decided to be a cashier at the grocery store. Not there's anything wrong with that, but there is a lot of people out there that do both. They make money because they're really good at what they do. They're also helping people at the same time. And that's what we're doing. So I love that you followed for a while and decided to jump on board. I'm so ecstatic to have you on this team with us. I think you have so much to offer and so many people you are going to help throughout the next year, next 5 years and beyond. And I cannot wait to see you, number one, getting your cars paid for because it's super doable. And number two, standing behind your own millionaire sign. And that was not premature to take that picture. That's all about the vision board and what we think about, we bring about. So Rebecca, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you. And I'm sure our audience will see you on another live very soon.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Bye, guys.
Love ya.